Hello everybody and welcome back again to Let's Play Disco Elysium, where we are still trying to investigate that stupid corpse. But we might be able to do it soon, once we finished internalizing this thought. This one actually. It takes 9 more minutes to do it, so I need to do something to pass the time, and a good idea might be to try to read the watermarks on my ledger. This may yield some information about who you are. So let's go to the kinema and turn on the lights, if we can. I mean, hopefully Kim will help us with that. So, let's see.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox, and the soft glow of the fuel preheating
Right,
gauge.
but I need to turn on the headlights.
Alright, ready? I turn, you press start. It's next
Right,
to the preheater.
press engine start.
The dashboard lights up with orange glow. The rouse permitting gauge jumps, and the engine of the Caprice Canadian comes to life with
That's
a whiny
quite the
growl.
sound.
Like a leopard waking from its sleep, yawning and roaring at the same
Like a leopard.
time.
Okay, press the button labeled headlights.
The lights unfold with a little click, casting electrical light onto the ground before the vehicle.
There you go. I'll turn them off from the remote
Thank
once
you.
you're done. We just need to stand in front
Right.
of the machine now.
Let's do it. I have the ledger in my hand, so I hope this will work.
As you hold your ledger's clip under the headlamp, an iridescent hologram appears. A street grid and the veins of a great river. A familiar sensation.
Okay,
washes over you.
it seems to be doing something.
There she is. Revachol West.
There's a note of pride in the lieutenant's voice. Okay, Revachol West.
Around the borders of the watermark are dozens, no, hundreds of micro perforations.
Look at the shimmering street grid, look at the perforations. Let's look at the street grid.
The rectangular watermark is overlaid with the logo of the RCM, and yet the major arteries of Revachol are all recognizable. They shimmer in the Kanema's headlights.
So, is this a map?
A rat brazenly darts past you and disappears amongst the stopped lorries. In the distance, a child somewhere shrieks. A woman reprimands her in a voice no quieter than the child's cry.
Ah, Martinez.
Okay, well this doesn't help me. So, where are we on this map?
Let me see.
He takes the ledger for a moment and inspects it.
Right
Seems
here.
nice, seems like a shithole. I'm sure I've seen worse. Yeah, probably.
Oh yes. Coal City. Le Royaume. The burnt
Okay, well,
headquarters.
at some point you have to tell me more about that. But let's look at the perforations.
There are many of them, and they are divided into 3 separate
Tally up
rows.
the different rows. Let's look at something else. No, let's look at the rows.
The first row has 18 dots.
Not bad.
Not bad for what? You don't even know what it means yet.
Okay, you got me here. What about the next one?
The next is the longest. It runs all the way around the border, and then
Okay,
some.
I guess I'm going to count them as well.
You count 216 perforations. Considering that nice, large number, a wave of pride washes over you. Though you can't say why.
Yeah, I
precisely.
don't understand the importance of these numbers. What about the last row?
The last row has 3
Just 3.
perforations. That's it.
So what do these perforations mean? Hey, Kim, what do all these holes mean? Point to the dots on the watermark.
Those are perforations. They represent your record as an officer of the RCM. They are your statistics, as it were. I should have guessed you'd keep a record. Officers
Okay.
often do. Let's take a
My
look.
statistics.
Alpha male officers who are proud of their numbers often do.
All
It's
right.
meant.
The first row represents your years of service. 18 years. Okay, not bad at all. What did you do before you
Wait,
volunteered?
18 years. I've done this. Got drunk like a megastar. I walked the land telling horrors and liars of the end to come. There are 9,855 days remaining. That is very specific. Probably some boring office job, same as everyone else. I feel like I just went around apologizing all the time. I find that hard to believe. Do you really think I have any idea? I probably got drunk like a megastar.
Yes, that does seem quite likely. Your youth coincided with some heady days for Revachol.
All
Let's
right.
move on, shall we? This next row, the one that wraps all the way around, is your number of closed cases. Closed is good. It means finished. You've got, let's see... Wow, more than 200.
216 to be exact. Is that a lot? Well, he seems to be impressed. I would have thought there'd be more. There's more. It's 216.
It's quite a lot, even for someone who's been on the force for nearly 2 decades. Usually, clearing more than 10 cases a year puts you in the 90th percentile of all RCM officers.
So you're saying I used to be a super cop. I used to be good. That's some solace, I guess. What's the last number? I don't think I can ever re-become this person. What's the last number? Well, we can at least try to re-become him. So yeah, what's the last number?
Right. Those
Oh.
are your confirmed kills. You've got precisely 3
So I'm a
perforations
killer.
there.
I was expecting a higher number, honestly. That's not too many. Yeah, I mean, if you consider how he's handling his gun, you would think he killed more people already.
For an RCM officer, especially Precinct 41, which is in the Jamrock quarter, it's rather tame.
All
and
right,
ended
that's
in a
good to
way.
know.
There are certain officers who treat their kills like some kind of ghoulish game. If they do happen to solve a case, it's usually by accident.
But I guess my name doesn't happen to be on this watermark, huh?
But it seems as though you are, or at least were, one of the good ones. So we have that to be thankful
Well,
for.
have you ever killed anyone, Kim?
Yes.
He says, declining to elaborate. Okay, in that case, I'm not going to question it any further. How do you handle the strain? That's a good question, too.
Everyone has their own method of coping. Some more effective or self-destructive.
Yeah,
than others.
like drinking so much alcohol that you forget everything.
Personally, I find it helps to keep
Like
up a few
what?
hobbies.
Maybe I should find a hobby. Hobbies are lame. Well, what are your hobbies?
Oh, this and that. Let's not get into it
Well,
now.
maybe I should find a hobby.
Why not gardening? You've already got the glow.
That's true. But then again, I'm not sure if he has a green thumb. Anyway, thanks for this.
The lieutenant nods.
Okay, let's put the ledger away.
Right. I'll go turn off the lights.
He presses a remote control on the key.
You can now see your statistics on your journal page, to the right of the task description.
Right, let's have a look at it.
Volumetric shit compressor.
Okay, so my shit is compressed.
Bizarre scientific news from Revachol West today, where a police officer's shit has been observed at a pressure of around 495 gigadecimals. These metallic hydrogen levels of shit togetherness were thought to exist only at the center of
God.
collapsing stars, not law officials. It remains to be seen how long the shit singularity lasts.
This is a bit too vivid as imagery for me, to be honest. But sure, I'll accept it. All endurance white checks unlocked. Learning cap for endurance raised to 4. Okay. I'll accept it. So, which means I can now try to do this again, right? I mean, this is still the same, but I guess that internalized thought will help me now. Alright, this is completed. Yeah, I guess I'm just going to return to the corpse and hopefully this will finally work out.
There he still is, looking right through you with his white eyes. The body below is entirely dedicated to that corpse smell. Emitting it is all it does.
Alright, my shit is compressed. The chance is decent, but I think I already failed skill checks with that high of a chance, so I hope this is going to work. Yes!
As you breathe in, the odor comes over you. It's a smell of the mind telling you to run, and your stomach to wring itself empty, with your hands at your sides and your eyes squinting.
There we go.
It's a puzzle. What's hanging in front of you is a puzzle of decaying flesh, tattoos, and tendons.
Do they always do that? Who?
They do after 7 days, yes. We are deep in
corpses.
decomposition here.
Well, I guess we got a step closer.
The man before you is naked, but for a pair of underpants and enamel boots. His skin is greenish, marbled with decaying veins, and blotched by lividity. A fading web of tattoos covers his chest and shoulders. The cargo belt used to fasten him to the branch above appears industrial in strength.
Yeah, his boots are kind of weird. They look like stormtrooper boots. So let's start by inspecting the boots.
The material appears to be ceramic. Its clean white stands in stark contrast to the decaying flesh above the knee. The man wore thick polymer socks, probably for padding. A fine array of interlocking plates covers them.
It's kind of weird that they removed all the clothes but not the boots. You would think this is the first thing they remove so that they could, remove the pants and so on. So this is kind of strange.
These are clearly not boots. They're armor, possibly part of a larger set.
These aren't just boots, are they? This is the armor he was stripped of. I guess so.
Indeed. Technically speaking, these are sabatons, not boots.
Thank you for that piece of encyclopedic knowledge.
Oh, the lieutenant uses a memo technique A6. That's not just any notebook. It's
Apparently my encyclopedia is impressed. Forget about the notebook, tell me about the armor. Thanks, super useful to know. Well, since he is apparently obsessed with trivial pieces of knowledge, he might actually find this useful.
It's all you, baby.
So what kind of armor is this exactly?
Ceramic plate. Zirconium dioxide, most likely. This is where the make would
Where?
be. Under the heel. Fair weather. Fair weather model T500 VE. I'm guessing that's vitreous enamel. This is
Okay,
advanced stuff.
where's the rest of it? Scavenged by the locals. Knock on the boot, pull the boot off. Yeah, where would the rest of it be? Like I said, why pick everything except the boots?
Piece by piece. He's been out here for 7 days. It would be odd if they didn't. We should keep a lookout for these species. The armor could yield information. This is one thing he might actually
New
know.
task. Where is the rest of the armor? Maybe he was just wearing these boots and there is no rest of the armor. I'm not sure about that. I think there might be more armor.
The sabatons dangle off the man's decaying form, ageless and
let's try to knock
synthetic.
on the boot.
A small bell-like sound fills the air, like tapping on the side of a porcelain
Sounds
cup.
fragile. I mean, that would be poor armor if it is.
It's anything but. This material is a kinetic redistributor. It spreads kinetic energy horizontally, from plate to plate, dissipating it entirely.
Okay, well, if you
See?
say so.
Faint, organic lines cover the plates where they separate into smaller ones. These plates then divide into smaller plates until there are hundreds of them altogether. Like whirls of floorboards, the design looks organic, influenced by highly resistant wood materials like lignum vitae and ebony.
What does
perhaps.
this remind me of? I don't know, let's find out.
If trees were made of porcelain, this is what their cross-sections would look like.
Okay, run your fingers over the lines.
The smooth, glossy surface fractures into ever more intricate interconnections, peaking on the right sabaton.
Where
you
I notice.
The whorls are in the shape of a letter and number combination. E50, 100,
Okay,
1000.
point to it. There looks like there is a serial number on the right sabaton.
Good. Can you read it to me?
I can.
X54156745678222. Let's lie.
No drama, I'm not going to lie. I already annoyed Kim enough for this day.
We have a make and a number. That's something. We can use the radio in my kinema when we're done. Either station can chase it for us.
How could this man afford such expensive hardware? Oh, that's a good question.
That's for us to find out. Mr. Gart implied he was security personnel for the harbor company. This confirms my own
Initial
assumptions.
report. These look pretty advanced for a security guard. Okay, makes sense. I mean, maybe it's like a very advanced security company.
I agree. This equipment is way beyond
Okay,
what a
so
guard
this
can
is
afford.
unusual. Should I try to pull it off? Sure, let's do it.
The stench fills your nostrils. As you push downward, an ominous creaking sound
Uh-oh.
comes from above.
Stop!
The lieutenant's voice is sharp. He looks at you with the boot under your arm.
Pig's gonna pull his head off.
Brutal!
Okay, so I guess I can't remove the boot. I would just decapitate the corpse. What? Lieutenant, you seem distressed. Why? Oh, this is a bad idea, isn't it? Let go of the boot. Yeah, it's probably a bad idea.
You're going
All
to
right.
pull his head off.
I'm not a homo. Do what? I'm gonna pull his head off, right? Yeah, I guess that's what's going to happen.
Yes, that's what I said. You'll compromise the coroner's case if you do. So
Right.
please, don't.
Indeed, from this angle, it does look like the neck isn't going to take much more. Being dead for a week is all but liquefied.
Okay,
his
I
muscles.
get it.
What are you trying to achieve anyway? Why are you hanging
These
on to
boots
that
would
boot?
go super well with my bell-button pants. This is advanced enemy technology. We should conduct research into their weaknesses. Are we not detectives? There may be clues inside the boot. Well, but it doesn't help us if we destroy the corpse. You said they're expensive. I thought I could pawn them, earn some lucre. I'm sorry, I didn't even want to take them off. I just thought I should try. Yeah, I should probably not remove them if that is going to decapitate the body.
Try what exactly?
If you can't experiment, how will you
I
learn?
wanted to see what happens. I might have wanted to experiment, get an exploratory drive going. I have no idea why. I just do things. There's no underlying reason. Yeah, maybe I wanted to experiment.
I see what you mean. But even so,
Yeah, I understand. I understand.
there's no way you're getting them off. All the organic matter in his body has been flowing down into the boots. They are fused to his feet now. Why do you think the locals haven't scavenged
Okay,
them yet?
that actually makes a lot of sense. Then again, I doubt that the locals would care if they decapitate the corpse.
There might still be a way to peel them off, but first the body needs to be down. And second, it would probably be better if the lieutenant wasn't
Sounds like a
around.
plan. Steal a dead man's boot, but that would be dishonorable refuse for honor. I mean, I can accept the quest, I suppose. It doesn't mean that I have to do it, right? Again, I don't really understand if there's any disadvantage of not taking a quest and then will something happen if I don't take it? Or can I just take a task and then just ignore it? I guess I'll just accept it and then we will see if we want to follow up on this.
The anticipation makes you crack your fingers. Feels nice. Nice and
What's
cracky.
going to happen to the boots then? Anyway, I think I got it.
Processing will take care of them. With the situation in the morgue, it will yield nothing. But we must pick our fights.
Right,
Should we
I think
continue?
I'm done with the boots.
The cadaver slowly twists on the cargo belt, his torso covered in tattoos, and extremities blotched pink
But
and
there's
blue.
much more to investigate, like the belt.
The hangman's knot is pulled tight by the weight of the corpse below. Yellow, hard-edged polyester cuts into his neck. Above, a sliding buckle ties the belt to the branch. This is a steel-reinforced cargo lashing belt, big brother of the regular cargo belt. It's used for tying cargo under six-rotor airships.
Don't ask me how I know, but this is a lashing belt used for airlifting cargo. I know because I have a good encyclopedia in my head.
Airlifting. I thought it was used on lorries for strapping cargo to them.
Apparently this is the reinforced kind for air transport. My brain tells me so exactly. Then again, what do I know? I don't even know what an airship is. I mean, if I can't trust my encyclopedia, what can I trust? It's like my most advanced skill. So yeah, my brain tells me that it's for air transport.
The local harbor uses 6 rotors to shuffle containers around. I get the sense they use whatever was on hand, without paying much attention to not incriminating themselves.
Right, but I mean, not everyone may have these special reinforced belts at hand, right? We're assuming dock workers from the harbor did it. They sure wanted him to stay up there. The rope is reinforced with steel wiring. How did they even get him up there? That's a good question, because as far as we know, the ladder is not stable enough for an adult. So are we assuming dock workers did it?
I'm still approaching this as a lynching, yes. Motivated by the ongoing strike.
Makes sense, believably mundane. I feel like there was something else. Don't ask me, I'm just lumbering from one moment to the next. I do, but maybe I shouldn't proclaim it so openly. And I don't know, there might be more to this.
Yes, it often is. This bell worries me.
They sure wanted him to stay up there. The rope is reinforced with steel wiring.
I was afraid it would be. Thin steel wiring, parallel strands. This makes getting him down more problematic than I had
Right.
assumed.
So, how did they get them up there?
A noose is one of those things that's easier to use one way around.
He points to the buckle tying the belt to the branch above. Well, I guess someone could have just thrown the rope up there and then they strung him up. Did they climb up using the kid's ladder? Probably not.
That ladder can't carry a grown man. I didn't see any splintering either, did you? I think they lassoed the branch, then pulled on the belt to close the buckle.
Okay, so it probably wasn't the kid who did it.
Could be. The shape of the branch supports the
Yeah, I
theory.
mean, the branch is very short, so they could have thrown the rope over it, I suppose.
The cadaver hangs from the cargo belt, limbs limp and torso covered
Right,
in
let's have a look at
tattoos.
the tattoos.
An intricate web of blue lines stretches across the torso, from the right shoulder to the solar plexus. Each time they intersect, a small white star is formed in their crossing. Hundreds of fading asterisks riddle his skin. Their concentration is highest around his heart.
Is this a map of the night sky? Is this a microelectronic system? Is this a national pattern? I don't know, I wish I could zoom in a bit closer to the tattoos. An intricate web of blue lines stretches across the torso. The night sky usually doesn't have lines. So it might be a microelectronic system, but who would have a tattoo of that? So maybe a national pattern.
Of no nation that I know of. If anything, it reminds me of religious illumination, last or penultimate century. Men who live harsh lives often turn to innocentic worship. But which one? I see no trace of a
Okay,
humanoid
so we don't
figure.
know what the tattoo is. We are missing something here. Yeah, clearly.
I agree.
Oh, what did you just do? A sudden ring fills the air as the lieutenant pulls down the zipper of his orange jacket. And yeah, I think he just took something out of his jacket.
He wears a wide leather belt around his waist and a gun holster
Okay.
under his arm. He takes a thin piece of milled aluminium from his coat pocket and pulls it open. Sounds like a sword being unsheathed. A small lens appears. Some sort of
What's
camera.
that? Well, some sort of camera, apparently. Let the lieutenant work. No, I want to know what it is exactly.
A Trigger Sunshine.
That doesn't tell me anything.
Triggered is the world's leading manufacturer of intercommunication devices, primarily projectors. The camera before you looks
Well, at
familiar
least my
somehow.
encyclopedia knows what's going on.
Shit, Kuno! What the fuck is that?
The kids are still watching us very closely.
An instant color camera.
He produces two metal-capped ampoules and clicks them into place on the side of the apparatus. A thin slot shines there.
I have only 2 ampoules, so nobody move. I don't want to waste one.
He points the camera at the corpse, peering into it. The lens needs adjusting. Then...
A sound, a shrill flash, followed by the breaking of a small ampoule of glass. You see streams of color pour onto the thick, glossy piece of paper, rolling out.
So it's some kind of Polaroid.
In case we need it.
The lieutenant says and shakes the paper, letting it dry in the cold wind. On it, a color-perfect copy of the dead man's tattooed chest. Alright. Very good. Cool machine. What do we need this photo for? Well, maybe if we want to find out more about the tattoo. Yeah, I like your camera.
Yes. It is pretty cool, isn't
He
it?
seems really proud of it. Alright.
There is only one ampoule left. Use it
What do we
wisely.
need this photo for? Well, I guess I gotta ask this anyway.
It contains insight to the victim's person. By his build, I'd say this was a man of physical violence. The story he wanted his body to tell was important to him. It is his letter. To us. Someone should decipher it. We'll need to show it
Can I
around.
have it? I should look at it later without the corpse smell. I don't know. Would you give it to me?
Sure. Just don't lose it.
I really should make sure I don't lose it, because he seems to be so proud of it. He hands you the piece of rolled up photo paper. It's no larger than a pack of cigarettes.
The glassy-eyed corpse looks by, his mouth mute and his skin as colorful as the chemical rainbow on the photo paper, teeming with opportunistic organisms.
Okay, I guess we will have a closer look at the eyes.
His eyes are milky white and blind to the world, protruding comically from their sockets. There is no one home, just subaquatic terrors
Right.
there. Dark brown hair grows on his head. His face is ready to explode. from the organic processes inside. The death's head grin has passed. What remains is an unrecognizable mess.
Tell me, who are you, dead man? 17%. And it's Inland Empire, and I don't trust Inland Empire. So I'll back off.
The corpse looks right through you as you distance yourself from its stench. Eyes like a shark.
I mean, maybe I will try that Inland Empire option, but first I want to finish this conversation, then make a quick save, and then maybe try it, because if this gives me like another morale hit and I die, I won't have to do this entire conversation again. I mean, to be fair, I have 2 points of morale now, so I probably won't die by like one missed check. But still, let's see what else we can do here. Squint and take a step back.
As you narrow your eyes, the monster before you blurs into a violent mess of green and pink. This is a trick. You've done it before. Pink is where the blood settled in the first hours post-mortem. You can use it to see if the corpse has been tampered with. Does his position at the time of death match the discoloration?
Well, let's observe.
Only the lower extremities are pink with a dash of blue. His fatted hands, thighs, and his neck, just above the noose. The rest of the corpse appears dark green in the cold spring air.
His face and hands are pink, thighs too. Stop, relax your eyes. Yeah, is this relevant?
I see it. His neck too. The lividity goes right up his chin. We have good, well-pronounced discoloration here.
Okay, so it might be relevant.
The monster comes back into focus, an explosion of color coursing with dark marbled veins. His stomach appears pregnant with something. Black liquid streams down his thigh and onto his boot.
Okay, again, very vivid descriptions here.
So, what do you think?
I think he's dead. I think he was up right after death. His hands, feet, and neck are discolored. Cover your nose. Something is coming out of him. He's beaten up. See the bruises. He was up right after death. I mean, he's hanging from a tree, so yes, he's upright. That seems to be pretty obvious. But this might be a useful fact. He's beaten up.
I do. Most of them are post-mortem. Maybe even all of them. The delinquents have made our jobs harder with their little sport.
So they beat him up after he died. I mean, Kuno apparently has been throwing stones at him. So maybe they caused some of this.
Stop talking in riddles, coin slot.
It means you fucked him up good, Kuno. Fucked him up brutal like.
Yeah, Kuno may have something to do with this. I think he was up right after death. Yeah, this seems obvious, but I guess I'm going to pick it anyway.
Agreed. Especially on the neck. The belt acted like a tourniquet, keeping the blood in his head. The hypostasis supports a hanging.
Yep, seems like a lynching to me. Could it still be he was moved after death? Maybe he was strangled by someone. So you mean he was strangled somewhere else by someone and then he was put up here after he died? That's an interesting thought.
Yes, there's always a chance we are wrong. We should check for ligament marks on his neck to see if they're in tune with the belt. We'll have to get him down first.
Yes, we do. Either way, I'm pretty sure he's dead. I mean, this is such a stupid option, but I kind of want to see how Kim reacts to that.
I agree.
Well, he's very, matter of fact all the time.
His personality is no longer a part of the world.
Yes.
Totally dead.
Totally dead. The world no longer stores his personality in its composition. There was a time for that, and it ended 7 days ago. No, better not to say that. Too heavy. Totally. This bastard's not coming back. Dead Eddie, dead. What's dead anyway? Let's be just as matter of fact.
Absolutely.
I see we start to communicate well together, Kim. So, apparently something is coming out of him.
A pool of blood and feces has eaten into the frozen mud below the man's feet. Purge liquid is dripping into it, drop by drop.
The victim appears to have contained no more than half a kilogram of digestion at the time of death.
You can see that just by looking at, like, the liquids?
The fuck he's saying?
Why don't you just shut up, Kuno, and let the professionals do their job?
Talking about shit.
We got lucky. Maybe he went to the toilet sometime before death. Goddamn right, I'm a F word. Turn around and yell. Yeah, maybe he went to the toilet.
Maybe.
That's all you gotta say about this? Okay, that's all I can choose here.
But there is no breath to catch. Only the cadaver filling the air and your nostrils. He slowly rotates before you, decomposing.
So how do we get him down?
Are you sure we finished the preliminary examination of the cadaver? We might miss some of these things once he's done.
I think I'm pretty done with everything.
The cadaver slowly twists on the cargo belt, his torso covered in tattoos, and extremities blotched pink and blue.
Okay, hang on a second. Let me leave. Let me make a quick save. Now,
The man
I will
before
have a
you
look at this
is
again.
naked, but for a pair of underpants and white boots. His skin is marbled with decaying veins and blotched by lividity. On his chest, a fading web of tattoos. The cargo belt used to hang him from the tree looks reinforced.
Okay, I'm going to try this Inland Empire check, although I'm really paranoid about everything that is concerning Inland Empire, but let's give it a try.
The lips of the corpse are swollen
Of course.
preposterously. They are also silent. You have no idea why you just said that.
Because my skill check failed. I'm just like one off.
Who is he? He is male, 40 to 50, with an athletic build.
Okay, well, that didn't really do much, and I would have to increase my Inland Empire to retry this. So, I would say we're done with the examination. I'm pretty sure I tried all of this, so let's get him down from there.
The steel-reinforced belt presents a unique challenge. I brought chain cutters, but I don't see a good angle of approach to the belt.
Okay.
He doesn't actually think the challenge is unique. He thinks it's frustrating, annoying, and harder than he thought.
The cadaver is a good 1.2 meters up. Neither one of us can reach the belt without assistance. And even if we do, there's the question of cutting the airship strength material.
I mean, I have some tools. Maybe one of them can do it. Can't someone else do it? We could saw the branch. But we need a saw for it, and we still need to get up there. Seems like a lot of hassle. Let's not do it. There's really no way around it. Maybe we could shoot him down. This is such a terrible idea. Maybe we can ask for help from the harbor. I'm not sure if they are willing to help us. I'm out of ideas. Let's have another look at him. So, what if we shoot him down?
Yeah! Bang bang time, pigs! Shoot his head off!
Well, Kunues likes it.
How?
Kim, probably not.
With a buckle ties the rope to the branch. That's a good spot to aim.
Yeah, but I don't have a gun, remember? So that would be a problem. There, the buckle holds the belt together. I don't know, just, shoot up there maybe. Point towards the branch. Just shoot the belt, the bullets will break it. No, we need to aim at a very specific spot.
Where? Ah, yes, I see. If the shot hits that, there might be a chance to release the belt.
Okay, so you actually agree with me.
Yeah, now we're talking. Entertain a Kuno with some shit.
It still seems like kind of a bad idea.
They'll miss! The pigs will miss, Kuno.
Take the shot, Lieutenant. What's the worst thing that could happen? Actually don't. It has bad idea written all over it. Wait, let me try. Say nothing, let him choose. I don't know. Maybe it's better not to. Yeah, right. He has a gun. So I guess he should maybe do it, since I'm not sure what his gun skills are. So I don't know. What would he do?
Silence. With his elbow sharp, the lieutenant unzips his jacket
Okay, is he actually going to use his gun?
and produces a lightweight firearm. He drops a paper cartridge in the barrel, separates the scouring stick, and gives the cartridge 5 tucks.
Okay, I'm curious to see if this is actually going to work, or if he's accidentally going to shoot me or something.
Securing it in place. That's a Kiel A9090 Armistice, mass-produced muzzle-loader, ascetic, frugal, one of the most common firearms in the world.
Okay.
He then steps back and assumes the fellow's desk position, taking aim. The corner of his eye twitches. His finger is on the trigger.
Easy does it, partner. Shoot that motherfucker down. No, I don't want to disturb him. Let him concentrate.
He's gonna fucking miss.
The kid's voice is drowned in a shrill blast that echoes off the walls of the surrounding tenements. A cloud of smoke slowly parts in the air as the lieutenant steps back and says to himself,
God damn it.
Okay, so I guess he missed or it didn't work.
a lot of things were wrong with that shot. The fellow's test was the wrong choice. His shoulders were raised, but above all, he cannot trust his eyesight.
But I mean, he has glasses. That should help him with his eyesight.
Fucking idiot! Muckabat asshole!
Kuno could have hit it easy, but then Kuno's not fucking handicapped, is he?
It's okay, man. God damn it. Get your shit together. Try again, maybe. What now? It's okay. It was a stupid idea.
Kuno's sorry too. Kuno feels sorry for the Beano Cloud.
The lieutenant doesn't say a word, just looks at the gun in his hand.
Try again, maybe. I suppose I could give it a try, but then again, he probably has like shaky hands from alcohol withdrawal or whatever, so again, might not be a good idea. Maybe let's just scrap this idea completely. It was a stupid idea.
I have to say, it's beginning to look unlikely we can get him down without assistance.
You know, you don't feel like too bad of a shot yourself.
Nope. I'm not even going to attempt that. Can I have the gun? I should try. Seems like a lot of hassle. Let's not do it. We could saw the branch. Yeah, I guess someone else has to do it.
Someone else? You mean like the police?
Maybe.
What was that about processing, then? Weren't they supposed to take care of the boots? Why don't they help?
Yes, exactly. Call the police. I mean, aren't we the police, technically? Can't the boys from processing take care of this? You have a point there. You mean someone who's below detective. So what about the guys from processing?
No.
Why?
Think of the boys from processing as murderers. Only instead of people, they murder crime scenes. Processing is a wrecking crew. They know how to commission off items and how to work the incinerator in the morgue.
I mean, we already shot at our crime scene. I think it can't be any worse than that. But okay.
I know it's hard, but I assure you, the others won't come to help us. And we have a growing sanitary concern here. We need to get him down, fast.
Well, what about help from the harbor?
I was really hoping we wouldn't. The Union appeared to be suspects in this case. It seems like a dangerous route to go down.
That's obviously true.
I would really prefer if there was another way. These people might have an agenda.
Yeah, wait, let's reconsider. Consider other options first. I'm not sure if I have any other good options.
But what other options? The corpse twists on the belt, like chicken on a skewer.
We could saw the branch. Again, seems like a stupid idea.
Climb up there and saw the branch?
Yeah, but we can't climb up there because the ladder wouldn't hold. So it's kind of dangerous.
There has to be a less risky way, with less falling down of trees.
Well, do you have any idea, maybe? The lieutenant falls deep in thought. I guess that's a no.
Yes, we do.
Well, I guess I can try the gun.
It's bad as it is. Us shooting firearms like punks.
He pauses and shrugs and proceeds to load the pistolet.
Go ahead. I'm not stopping you. Just don't lose it.
The piece shines in his outstretched hand.
They only have one gun.
Shut up!
This is the sorriest pair of pigs Kuno's ever seen.
I guess I'll take the gun.
Yeah, take it, you fucking banana boyka. Take it and shoot yourself in the mouth.
Feel the weight first. Yes, let's do that.
The cold piece of bakelite and gunmetal is surprisingly light. Your fingers fit right through the guard, instinctively resting on the trigger. You've held this, an A9 armistice, before. At some point, it probably used to be your choice of firearm. It still feels comfortable,
Okay.
like you never laid it down.
I mean, I'm sure this is just like riding a bike, right? And I can just shoot like I was able before.
The fuck are you waiting for, Kuno? Tell him to shoot himself in the mouth.
Okay, let's point at the gun, and you kids just please shut up.
The buckle comes into focus in your sights. You stand with your feet planted firmly in the ground and your left hand supporting your gun arm.
And I have my stylish yellow gloves.
Why don't you just shoot yourself in your mouth? At least you won't miss.
Okay, of course I do have to pass a skill check here. I feel this could go really, really poorly if I fail this one. Close your left eye first. Why would I want to do that? Point the gun at Kuno S. Yeah, first the kids need to shut up.
Or what? You gonna fuck me? You wanna fuck me, pig? Is that what this is about?
I'm kinda tempted to point the gun at her.
Do it! Set me free!
Well,
Don't.
you feel the lieutenant's hand on your shoulder. I mean, I was kinda hoping it would make her run away, but it totally doesn't.
Do it!
Composure, legendary, pull the trigger. No, let's focus on the belt.
Intense shit, copper.
Okay.
Could waved his gun! It wasn't intense, it was pathetic.
Oh no! Oh no! Now I have lowered my chances. Responded to provocation. What happens if I close my left eye?
Your field of view narrows. The branch slowly moves, becoming entirely two-dimensional. The metal buckle glimmers, catching the noon light as the corpse slowly rotates. The slow movement of the branch in the wind and your shoulders directing the gun sync up, dancing hypnotically.
Look, he's crying. You gonna cry now, fucking faggoty?
Okay, so that increased my chances again. Of course, if I hadn't pointed the gun at Kunoes, it probably would have been a very decent chance now. It's a red check, so it can't be retried, but I guess I will give it an attempt. Yes! Perfect.
The buckle explodes into tiny pieces, coming loose with a whir. With your hand numb from the recoil, you look at the body slump down. For a moment, the man appears to kneel in front of you.
Yeah, that's kind of creepy.
Then the rigor in his muscles gives up, and he smashes sideways into the spring mud, letting out a horrid stench.
I feel this is not the best way to treat a corpse I want to examine, but we made it. You've been policed. RCM, baby, RCM. How did I do that? Who's laughing now, you little shit? Yes, RCM, baby.
Ace is high.
The lieutenant raises his right hand, waiting for you to slap it.
The ace is high, a custom invented by the aerostatic brigades during the revolution, is used to celebrate success in Revachon, especially in sports. The gesture is spread across the world, despite the defeat of the revolutionaries themselves. You could add an ace's low to it, if you like, by turning your back after the high and waiting for another.
Slap it, and wait for an ace's low. Leave him hanging. No, we are going to slap it and wait for an ace's low.
The high arrives with a sharp slap. As you turn around, there is a moment of doubt. Feels like that low ain't gonna connect.
I hope it does.
Chill. It's gonna connect.
Yes.
But then it does, and with furious precision. The lieutenant is not one to leave an ace's low hanging.
This is awesome.
I knew these guys were
His voice is deeply approving. No, we're not. Yeah, we are F's, but got a problem with it. I'm just not going to respond to this provocation anymore. So what now?
We will perform a field autopsy and determine the cause of death. But before... Excuse me.
He needs to turn away from the corpse. Okay.
Slumped on the ground like that has not improved the way the corpse smells. The fall seems to have released something deep inside it.
Oh, great.
It looks like I feel like taking a break from the stench. I'm sorry to interrupt the jubilations here. Just a little breather before we do the autopsy.
Yeah, we will do an autopsy, but I guess I'll give him his gun back.
In the meantime, we should try to interview Evrard Clare, the leader of the Union. Harbor property was clearly used in the hanging. The harbor just east of here. Getting in might prove a challenge, though.
Okay.
Or we could ask around for the representative of the logistics company. My
So
initial
many tasks.
information says the Wild Pines have sent some sort of strike negotiator to wrangle control back from Evrard.
You could ask the gardener for directions.
Is this a famous list of initial interviews? It probably is.
Yes. And those were the interviewees. Let's go.
All right. There we go. This was actually a pretty successful day. So we managed to get the corpse down. We did some initial observations. I got a bunch of XP and I might be able to level up. But the episode is getting very long, so I'm going to make a cut here. And in the next episode I will decide what we want to do next, because I got a bunch of tasks and options here. But for now, let's call it a day as always. Thank you for watching and see you again next time.